Hi, everybody, and welcome to this week's walkthrough. You'll notice that I have the American Idol stage behind me. American Idol was one of my favorite TV shows ever. I'm a big reality competition buff, so when American Idol came out when I think I was in high school, maybe 8th grade. I'm aging myself here, but I was someone who voted every week. I wanted Kelly to win. I wanted Carrie to win. I wanted Adam Lambert to win. Adam Lambert did not. But I loved the show. I loved following along. And I also love shows like Voice and America's Got Talent. But I have American Idol behind me and the theme music going on because this week we're talking about delivery. Just like how our favorite performers from American Idol, The Voice, America's Got Talent, all of these shows can't make it to the end without winning over your votes. They have to do things very specifically in order to get those judges' critiques or get those votes to come in. So they have to deliver their songs in a way that sounds really well. Just like how you are going to be expected to deliver your speeches and write them in specific ways to make you sound very well. So I want to go over the walkthrough of what you have to do this week. This week is very intense. I feel like we haven't been doing as much the past couple of weeks, but this week you do kind of have quite a number of assignments to get done in a week. Everything this week is due Sunday, but I really would not wait last minute to do these things, especially the draft of your manuscript speech, because that is going to take a while. So let me go ahead and share my screen here and walk you through what's due. So if you scroll all the way down in the content units to language and delivery, you'll see you've got quite a few things due. First, you're going to have to take a quiz on everything that you learn about language. Then you're going to have to take a quiz about everything you learn about delivery. You'll be given a 10-point extra credit assignment that you can do through GoReact. That is the vocal warm-up exercise, so I'll go over that. And then you'll have to turn in your narration speech manuscript, and this technically isn't due until next Wednesday, but obviously the earlier you turn it in, the better, because I'll be able to give you more solid feedback. So if we click this here, you'll see, as always, complete everything in the order that you're listed. Here's a little blurb about how by the end of the week, I'm going to expect you to write your manuscript. So you really want to take all of this seriously. Remember, for this speech that you're giving next, your narration speech is a manuscript speech. So you write your speech out word for word, exactly like how you're going to say it. And you can use that script while you perform. While you are going to be able to use your script, I am going to expect you to engage in proper delivery strategies, meaning eye contact, gestures, those kinds of things. So I don't want you to be chained to your manuscript, reading it word for word like this the entire time. That would be bad, but you do have it there as comfort. So as I've already said, all assignments are due by Sunday. You've got 3 different folders here. So the first one is your language and speeches. You've got a bunch of different videos to watch. Make sure that you read chapter 9 in your text. Watch all of these videos. You'll learn about alliteration. You'll learn about metaphors. You'll learn, you'll learn about concrete language, metaphors, and then similes. And then you'll take your quiz, which is 10 points, and you'll do that. Right, then you'll go back and you will learn about delivery strategies. So this is now what we do with our body and how we use our voice in speeches, while language part of this lesson is really focused on writing. So again, you have another chapter to read. So I'm asking you to read chapters 9 and 10 this week. A little bit lengthy chapters, but I think a lot of your nerves will be put to ease once you read these chapters. I got so many questions in the beginning of the semester about what to do while you're giving a speech, how to calm your anxieties. And I think learning delivery is going to help you with that. So make sure you read chapter 9 and 10. Here's a video about speaking so people will want to listen to you, how to be engaging and enthusiastic and draw people in like a moth to the flame. Then I'm going to have you watch this speech about gestures. This is a really great little talk about gestures. And then this is a talk given by the graduate staff of Stanford University Business. And this is how to be awesome during your speech. This is a really amazing video. I love it. And in fact, when I ask students at the end of the semester to kind of rate the videos and the lessons that they watched, this awesome method video is always at the top of the list. This is a video that I would actually download or save on your own YouTube playlists so you can watch it later, because I think that all three of these videos actually are great videos when talking about delivery. All right, then the last thing that I'm gonna have you do with delivery is watch these American Idol videos. You only have to watch these specific people, 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So it should start right at the 1 minute and 24 mark. But you're gonna wanna write the bad things that you notice about these delivery strategies, because in your delivery quiz, I'm gonna ask you about them. So if you were the judge here, if you were the Simon, if you were the Paula, if you were the Randy, the J-Lo, the Steve Tyler, whoever is there, why would these people not go through? So watch the auditions and take note of how bad they are. Then you'll want to do your delivery quiz. Next, you'll have your vocal warm-up exercise for extra credit. If you want to do this, this is on Go React. You'll see it's on Go React. I'll show you that in a second. But this is utilizing the vocal warm-up tool that you'll learn about in Julian Treasure's TED Talk. So if you want to do that, that's 10 points extra credit. Just follow the instructions and post it to your Go React page. Okay, so then if we go back, the last thing that'll have you do is drafting your narration speech. And I'm actually gonna turn off the music here because I want you to really, really understand this. All right. So this is a pretty lengthy assignment. In fact, if you did this assignment, Wednesday, it might take you a couple hours. So I would work on this little by little. Obviously, do the other two assignments first. You're going to want to get all of your language stuff done before you get all of your delivery stuff done. And then you want to move on to this. But now this is really focused on drafting your speech. The speech that you're going to give next week with the Taylor Swift lyric. If you haven't claimed your Taylor Swift lyric, you're definitely going to want to do that because that's due too. So make sure that you know the lyric, you know the interpretation, and you've thought about the story that you want to tell. Now you're writing your speech out word for word. So write your entire speech out. Remember, the speech should only be about 3 to 5 minutes. And then once you have your entire speech written in a Word document, I want you to go through and do these following things. So first, you're going to focus on abstract language. I want you to strike through all of the old, maybe abstract language and highlight that in yellow, changing it to concrete language. So once you learn about that, you'll know. Step 2 then is I want you to focus on the metaphors and the similes that you've included. Your speech needs 1 metaphor and 1 simile. You can use as many as you want, but for every metaphor and simile that you use in bold, I want you at the end of that sentence to say, this is the metaphor, this is the simile. Step 3 is now going to focus on alliteration. So same as in step 2, when you get to that sentence that uses the alliteration, you need 2 sentences that have alliteration in the speech. In bold and in parentheses, you're going to write alliteration at the end of that sentence. And step 4 of part 1, which focuses on the language, is about your time. So now read through your speech, and at the top of your manuscript, I want you to write down how much time it was. If your speech went 7 minutes, write 7 minutes. This is going to tell you that you need to cut. It's going to tell me that you practiced. Don't just say that it was 3 minutes to look perfect. Be honest. If your speech was long, write that time. If your speech was short, write that time. This is to help you practice, all right? Part of this is to have me give you some feedback, but this assignment really is to help you practice your speech. Part 2 then deals with delivery. So you've identified all of your language criteria. Now I want you to identify your delivery criteria with markings, okay? And this is the part that might take a little while. So you've practiced your speech, you've timed it. Now you know how long it is, how short it is, and you got to start practicing your delivery. So in step 5, I want you to focus on the speaking rate. And to do this, I want you to add these little forward and backward arrows. So you want to add forward next to sentences that you think you should read a little faster. And I want you to add backwards markings to sentences that you think you can slow down. Remember, speaking rate does quite a lot for your speech. So you should have some speaking rate markings. In fact, you should have at least 2 to 3 of all of these delivery markings. If you just have 1 arrow or 1 slash or 1 bolded letter, to me, that tells me you didn't take this assignment seriously and you didn't practice that much. And if you don't have a lot of delivery markings, I'm going to assume that your speech is perfect, and I'm going to grade your speech knowing that your speech was perfect during this assignment. So just be advised there. Step 6 focuses on pauses. So I want you to add a little slash next to any lines that you think, or between words that you think there should be pauses. If you think there should be a longer pause, add multiple slashes, right? I don't give an example here, but remember that pauses can do so much, right? I really want you to do well on this speech. I really want you to do well on this speech. Those say two different things, right? So in my manuscript, I would do multiple slashes between that really, because I want to, use that time to emphasize something. Step 7 then focuses on volume. So I want you to bold any words or phrases that you think you might need to say louder, and italicize any words or phrases that you think can be delivered in a more softer tone. All right, and then I give some examples there. Step 8, I want you to pay attention to inflection. Remember, when you emphasize certain words, that tells your audience a different kind of meaning. So I want you to underline words that you want to emphasize. Here's my I love you. I love you. I love you. They all say something differently. All right, and then that's it. After that, you're done with the assignment. Submit it, just attach it as a Word document into this assignment, and then I'll go through and I'll give you feedback. Remember, there is like 100 of you. So while I can't do a super duper deep dive on your manuscript, I am going to be looking for your similes, your metaphors, your alliterations, your markings, that you've interpreted the quotation correctly, and just kind of major red flags. If you want me to give you more in-depth feedback, you need to email me and let me know. And remember, I'm always willing to hop on a Zoom call. You can perform your speech in front of me. I can grade it like I would with the rubric, and then we can talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, if that doesn't intimidate you. I'm here to help. Just remember that there is 100 of you and your speeches are next week. So you're going to have all of next week to practice. This assignment isn't due until next Wednesday. So you have up until Wednesday to get this turned in of next week. And then you're going to be giving your speeches next Sunday. So a week from this Sunday coming up. So you've got time. Use your time wisely. The final 2 steps of this assignment, 9 and 10, are for your own use. So you can go and print the manuscript. You can rehearse it. I really recommend getting it in front of people, yada, 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 yada. All right. So those are your assignments that are due this week. But I do want to head over to GoReact and show you a couple of things. All right. We can put our American Idol music back on now. I just wanted to make sure that we understood that assignment. So if you go to your GoReact page, you'll see this vocal warm-up extra credit assignment. That's for your extra credit assignment, that vocal warm-up that Julian will say that you'll learn in that talk, you do on GoReact here. So you'll just click that, you'll record it like you're normally giving a speech. It'll make sense when you read that assignment. A few of you have been emailing me about what this narration practice extra credit speech is. This is just a 10-point extra credit assignment. And what I'm asking you to do here is upload a practice version of your speech. And then there is a rubric attached to it. So once you upload your extra credit speech, I'm going to go over this again next week. You'll want to provide at least 10 comments when you watch your speech back in the text box, just like how you do when you're critiquing each other and watching each other's speeches. But then you're also going to want to fill out the rubric that's attached. This is to get you to watch your own speech back, and maybe you can see some different things. This will be due by next Wednesday. I'm going to upload it in next week's content unit, but I did get a couple of emails asking me what the narration speech, practice speech, is all about. So that's just an extra credit speech. You don't have to do that. That's for your own practice. And then obviously your narration manuscript speech is here. Make sure that you review the instructions. You can watch my video that I use to kind of explain that. All right, that is the walkthrough. Hopefully this week doesn't seem too difficult. I am asking you to do a lot. You've got 2 quizzes and 2 extra credit assignments. Hope you have a wonderful week. Please let me know if you need anything. I'm gonna go grade last week's assignment, get a haircut and a shave going on because I am just growing way too much here. And I hope you enjoy your language and delivery unit. This is one of my favorite units of the semester. All right, let me know if you need anything. Take care, guys. Bye.